That's good. I don't know whether you have that. And we have 1 hour strictly to have the show, so we leave it stick to that. Sometimes I may interject once in a while where necessary.
Make it interactive.
Shall we have Honorable Joel as well?
No, it's his show. We are his bodyguards.
Definitely. Honorable Secretary General.
See, when they took him to it, we had to fill the gap.
So the gap is there. Thank you. So we will be going live, my friends of the media. Okay. You have chosen blue, not red, right? You can use the red one. The red one is perfect.
I'm okay with anything.
I am shared. I am shared the link.
All right. So members, we are going live now.
Yes.
Radio Voice of Lango FM na TV ni tia na tina na radio kana metia studio wa daki hatia mkana beach nchawa rio bali chionkiho ni pia rio we vision mwana medu ma beach mwa rio pia we beach studio kan kila na kwa ro ko buke ani nyute boru ekaite lecha kuko ikomo mokele ni Uganda team. A very good evening to you listening to Voice of Lango FM 88.0 and 100.4 Voice of Lango FM. As we've been telling you in the very beginning of the day, we've been telling you we'll be having the party president of the National Unity Platform in the studio. I'm very happy and glad to inform you that he's right here in the studio with me live. And I'll take this time to allow him to introduce himself, and we will dive straight into what brings him to Northern Uganda and other plans within the party as National Unity Platform this very time. Mr. President, you're much welcome to the studios of Voice of Lango.
Thank you very much, my brother Otim, and to the people of Lango, to the people of Northern Uganda, to the people of Lira, my city, my town. I will say Itie Unoningo to everybody. I'm very, very glad to be here live on the Voice of Lango. It has been a long time, and I feel like I'm home again. With me, I'm with my brother, the Right Honorable Joel Senyonyi, leader of the opposition, and on my right here is our Secretary General, Comrade David Lewis Uongoya, who has today been named Otim, like yourself. So I'm very glad to be here and to be able to share thoughts with the people of Lango and by large the people of Northern Uganda. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome in the studio, and thank you. My name is Otim, the Secretary General. We are happy to have you as well beside the President. Now, Mr. President, you can let us know the National Unity Platform mobilization drive that brings you to Northern Uganda.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's a mobilization drive, but we're focusing mainly on resilience. Now, you'll wonder why resilience? What are we pushing back against? With your permission, Brother Otim, I want to take us back a little bit. You see, when you're approaching a problem or when you're trying to find a solution, it's important to know the genesis of the problem, going back to history and how we got here, how we got so confused as a country, how we ended up so divided and so oppressed. You realize that we, the oppressed people, whether they're in Lango, in Acholi, in Busoga, in Uganda, in Teso, West Nile, or wherever, you'll find that we've been conditioned to fight among ourselves and ignore our oppressor. We are all victims of circumstances that are created against us. I was sharing with the brothers and sisters in Gulu earlier today, and I told them that we are victims of oppression, victims of violence, and also victims of lies. These are two generations that have been deceived. The generation of our parents, our fathers and mothers, and we, the generation that came after. Now we are the fathers, we are have already started being. I really try as much as possible not to talk about the problem or the personification of the problem, which is General Museveni and his dictatorial government. However, because we must face it, head on, I painstakingly mention it that this is a person that has confused the country since the days of Idi Amin. We talked about the root cause of the problem, the abductions, and facts keep coming up pointing to the same person. But now that I'm in Lango, I want us to go back a little bit and look in the 1980s. I mentioned to the people, which I want to also substantiate here on radio, that the General Kainda Otafire in 2004, when they were burying Adonia Tiberondwa, an ardent UPC supporter, Otafire mentioned that actually Museveni and his people, when they are fighting the government of Dr. Milton Obote, they would dress in UPC uniform, go to villages in Uganda and massacre people in order to create hate for the UPC government, which succeeded. Not only hate for the government, but also for the ethnicity. These are things that divided us because this was a game of General Yoweri Museveni, and it succeeded. And indeed, after 1986, I was speaking a few years ago, maybe 2-3, to an elder in northern Uganda, who indeed gave me information that after Museveni took power and he worked with Kaira, who he later, his government murdered, the Baganda soldiers who were Kaira soldiers were deployed in northern Uganda to cause havoc. Now that was deliberate because eventually this is the hate and anger that many of us inherited. But there was somebody that planned it. Well, long story short, here we are in a nation that has been affected so much. The people of northern Uganda have seen a brilliant genocide, and I want to encourage all the people of northern Uganda to go watch that documentary where people like Norbert Mao and others spoke the truth. Unfortunately, later on, it was put on our generation. Now we are here, hateful of each other, distrustful of each other, and yet our oppressor is Museveni, who has gotten us here. So I want the people of Uganda to know they're not each other's enemy, but the enemy is one who has kept us in this situation, a person that has destroyed our identities from the north to the south, from the west to the east. Therefore, it's important to come together, face our problems, and discuss solutions moving forward. Having said that, we are on this mobilization drive to empower the people of Uganda and show them that they have the power to turn all this narrative around, to re-identify ourselves as a generation, to march forward, to overcome the oppression, to overcome the corruption, to overcome the backwardness, and indeed to forge a path for a new Uganda. And that is the message that we keep moving forward. And in the coming minutes, I'll share our aspirations and our dream and paint a picture for a new Uganda that the National Unity Platform hopes to usher in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. In radio, Jacob Nimano, maybe the 2 months Uganda in radio, channel love Uganda, and Nimano, Jama Pola, but team ratio, Memio, Kadum, one call you better go Polo, 2 months Uganda can and Mio, Jama better go, Dio, one Falconi, Locha Metieni, or Dio, 2 months Uganda, maybe Peho, get a chachan. Amemano mi wando ya unuma like out that way. Komoni omi ujome tu malame Uganda obere jame obere chala bugi beru tio tam chala bugi me jamo beru ko bigi goba pikala lach goba me do tia tu andwe. Komoni angi mano ngata me mi opeki bisu beru team beru ngata me pe mi ni lo hikome pigina be pegere ka pe hodo ti ko mi I kemere ke ngoa me tia ke lo pe hikome no me we mo agam me pe habe no tio. Komoni ngata ke lo peki bisu beru president Yoweri Museveni meti kami chawani en ko ni obedo ngata me bedo mi pek be bedo dum tutu ade mi aporo kan ko ni mat me chel mi ambong we pi aporo ye e dano ni jelo Otafire obido woro gi me yiko ngata mo ni adona tibahura me da bedo ate hano UPC no adi tutu ero kuno ente ko ni mano giro bino ro ba jame UPC e ka de donyo gi kana UPC ti ye e ka de ti gi me we horo to jongi ni giro bedo UPC ero giro bino me gamba lodge Hogam gina dang loy. Dante ko ni ma yudu sibiru tiye ya kile jama pola pol amena beru mi ya poli ya kam. Teka ni jama tu ma me Uganda oneni wangi kita menne kala yo bela tiye kele eno ko ni tiye mena bedu mu yo ko ti kala cheri documentary ame jeno dano bala nobat maugi binu lobi ame ko ba ateteni menga moti mere ko chan kene halan amoti mere ko nyali me tumala me Uganda en ko di manano chawani umio gio binu tumala me Uganda binu gini pia tupekitia pol mwaki ke mwake mukana ngete ko bol jo me mwana chawani otike mwa yot ame pekitie chiantie chamo chana tia duong adage tia me umio ro tia dagere ilo wakan no ko gin Tien kope no mi ogin chalo party mena silite platform biru me katuka chikira gam de kom peki amedo tiano chano imal malade. Back to you, Mr. President.
Yes,
we'll be talking matters of the plans that the party as National Unity Platform has in the next election.
The plans that we have, not just in the next election, because we are not only looking at an election.
Right.
We are young people who have a plan for Uganda that we see in our own lives. We want to start afresh and build a new Uganda. We've always said that we are in the struggle to put down the Museveni regime, but that's not the end. As a matter of fact, when we defeat be the beginning. We have been taught by our fathers, who we were taught to hate in the first place, that our fight here is against poverty, ignorance, and disease. And indeed, that was Dr. Kote's mission, which we clearly see. Unfortunately, under Museveni, the problem of Uganda has been reduced to one thing: corruption. You see, as a human being, you can have 99 problems until you have a health problem, and then you have one problem. We had so many problems until we have the Museveni kind of corruption, and then we have one corruption, moral corruption, and everything corruption. As a matter of fact, I'll say it here when I'm on Lango FM, a voice of Lango,
Yes.
that we are conditioned to hate past leaders. Even when we are moving on the roads that they constructed, we are put to hate Amin. Even when we know how Pan-African he was. Of course, he had his mistakes. I'm not justifying his mistakes. We were taught to hate the past regimes. We were taught to hate President Obote. For example, back in Uganda, that is the narrative that Museveni used. Like I just mentioned, he and his rebels would dress in UPC uniform and go kill our people to teach us to hate that. Even when we know that the hospitals and the roads and the schools that we went to were constructed by those leaders, Obote never drove people off their land. He never exhumed our elders to grab the land and all that. But that is what's happening today. Anyway, we want to point our focus to the future. We are trying to end this regime so that we build a new Uganda where everybody will be free before and under the law, where you come to a radio station and speak your truth and you don't expect to be taken away in a drone like it's happening today, where you know that the law is going to be, justice is going to be accessible for everybody. We want to fight against this poverty, the ignorance and disease. Poverty, we are not reinventing the wheel. It has been there. We had the cooperatives that were established in the past governments, which were destroyed steadily and consistently by the Museveni regime. To see that now our cash crops have been destroyed. Coffee, cotton, tobacco, name it. And those that have persisted have been grabbed and taken, owned by family. The most recent victim crop is coffee, but this happened to cotton, it happened to tobacco, it happened to sugarcane in Busoga. So we want to fight back against that poverty by making sure people own back their income generating activities. Of course, we want to fight against ignorance, we want to improve education. Today, our education is terrible, as you can see. Our healthcare, needless to talk about it, Justice Muriagonja was in charge, a former Inspector General of government, crying foul. Here in Uganda, it has been told to us, and everybody has seen it, that everybody, no matter how rich or successful you are only one hospital bill away from brokenness. So we want to fix that. We want to fight corruption because corruption is the cancer that has killed our country. This corruption is perpetuated and protected by Museveni himself, because most of the corrupt people are always traced to his doorstep. And he has come out in his own words to support that corruption. The corruption in parliament, the corruption in every institution of government. I'm sure you know as a journalist by now that according to the IGG's report, we lose 10 trillion. 10 trillion is stolen by Museveni people every year. And I'm strongly convinced that that is an understatement, because this is official government statistics. It must be more. That we want to stop it. We want to fix the infrastructure, ensure that roads work and they're worked on. We are still moving on the roads constructed and established by all the governments. We want to fix our road network because that money is there. If that money is not stolen, that money can fix our roads, that money can fix our hospitals, that money can fix our schools. We want to make every Uganda equal to the other to stop the exclusion in the economy, but also in other services. For example, in the military, there's so much tribalism and inequality in the military when it's a national unity platform in leadership of this country. A person recruited in Gulu or Oyam or Atiak or Kasese or Gomba or Chiruhura will be judged the same and promoted the same. Promotion in the military or in police is not going to depend on the language you speak or the shape of your nose or your last name. It is going to be purely on merit. So we want to fix that. One other big problem that we want to deal with is land grabbing. This is at epidemic levels, not only in northern Uganda, but everywhere. You've had this problem in Uganda, in Busoga, but now that we are in northern Uganda, you've seen it. From the upper land grabs to this disrespectful allocation of your land to the Balalo, who you cried about for a very long time until just recently when the minister gave them 2 weeks to vacate. But mockingly, Museveni's son Muhoozi came out and tweeted, interestingly in Unyankore, and he said, yes, although you were given 2 weeks, and indeed his father, General Museveni, ordered them to leave, but Muhoozi told them, you cannot leave until I come there. So that and many other injustices will have to end as soon as we get to power. One thing I don't want to forget is that as soon as we assume power, we are going to repeal all those bad laws from the UPDF Act and all these other senseless laws that are oppressive. We're going to repeal them and ensure that Ugandans live in dignity and in freedom like it should be in a democracy.
Thank you. Someone would ask, you've said there is a lot of tribalism in the military and inequality.
Yes.
In terms of
Yes.
Definitely the tribe, the district where you come from.
Yes.
During the recruitment process, they pass every district and recruit members. Like recently in the they passed everywhere in the country, interviews and taking the people. What makes you say there is tribalism?
Yes, because I see the reality. Do you know the generals we have? Okay, you see them. Are they representative of the nation? Certainly not. They're not a national character. But leave the military alone. Go to all ministries. Go to Uganda Revenue Authority and listen to the language they speak there. Go to the airport of Uganda. Listen to the language that they speak there. Look at all the military high command, all the high-ranking police officers. Go and look at the RPCs and DPCs all over Uganda. Even here in Lira, I will not need to inform you. I mean, look at the CDF, the head of the military. Look at the head of police and those that come. Look at the Commissioner General of prisons. They all come from the same the same region.
Thank you.
I mean, needless to say, the same family. So I think I don't need to substantiate my point. It is self-explanatory. This is a tribal government. This is a family rule, and it must stop because all Ugandans need to be represented in the leadership of the country.
Thank you so much. With radio party in the studio, Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, I'm a ngeye kiri me Bobiwine. We were the studio kan, anapenye, ikom ngagindiro ti chalo party national unity platform, ikom peki America ni duong tu mar me Uganda. Man chero ngam ni mano kai ne biu dai lot, chalo party national unity platform. Dia biu chaku ni tit gero lo Uganda nyen. Ame gindu timo eka me weke gin kadu donyo kota gero Uganda nyen. Obiru chakwa geya nyen pinjo dusu. Metigo Uganda lo yikom chan, lo yikom lo chonye, lo yikom pe home tuo na manti dio jowa. Peku kena ko ni dutia dite yile lo alo pe home chano chana. Ameno ko ni en e bino lo yin attack to target party mera kiri teach gidusu national unity platform. Ena ko ni mano pe ho kena meti dum tini chawani lo cha meti kiri gama de meti ponyo wa me wan dag go tera wa chon. Ya pora mi dag president amin e kun ka beda mana mino ti ja beche pilo woni mi dag borre kun ka beda mana borre ti ja beche pilo woni en ko ni mano ber gina metie na hayo ndio lo poti meno kena me president chon bino ti wer ni chawani mi wano dag ko ni donyo gi lodge chalo bino mi gero Uganda nyen e bino mi beda gonya ane ngara che beda gonya kai to che ko te te pidi ngola ti beda ti pijo to shu no pe home tuo chan beda pe no ko pe kena moti melo Uganda tini ugamo to era jo kona hakari pur eno ko ni mano chiem are jo pur kan ya pore le bala muan a choki ko per bele lieto twal mano mano ko ni taba ya kina meno kene pama meno jo pur to ko na mando ko anya du pe eno mi ko mere dum pe ko kene ko ni tielo Uganda chawle be pe ki me puonyere pe ki me yot ko ko ni pe ho me yot ko dia dum to twala me kan yemere nyale Uganda chawani kayin ko be la le tuye kai chiel e ka chiel ni me ti tu du ida hatal anu yini wo cheni wo tiu kere men mo kwanyo ko piatu welda hatal ti malu ameda no kwanye jo di pera mando no ko ni chan ti duongi ko do bia por ikom report ame kweda ame oti ori ta general ko ni mano imu ha mo halo Uganda wo chene ame ro trillion a pa men ko edang tu bo ta mi pe ko ba ber ka ke no duong kan ko ento piendong no ori general o kwedo mano pien gino tiu kiri game no rom ko bana ono tamar ko na pe ha duong ti tran e loch logo mano game te pole wak e choy joy moy en ko ni ara po ha ti duong to twan choy ja lo le kiri rock e di lacha gino binie pe choy ja lo le ki da wumi nen kere alo be ki da way nen kere yo disu kai ya to gino mi yo be moy be pi jo to show en ko na hani ko pe ma yo lobo ti duong to twal me mi apor ko ni lobo me apa na ha ko pe ti me pe utrum lao kana wor ma jin donga donga ko la ni mano kwando balalo ko wailo me lao ke chuli pedi da ha ko ni what a president e jero mo zi de da keto kun ko ni mano ko pe joro me ya ko ni choi le ba go kun ko ni ko ki dogo bulalo ko tara me ya kai ko pe bi me mano ko en ko yore ko ni ka gino donyo chal national unity platform gino bino me yo gene ki ko ke ti amen ko ni go ko nyere pe o bino kwanyo gino ko ya foro bino chik na mo me UPDF ata no chwa wa choki ko ni mano gebe kwani ko ya penya na penya kiri ko ngo amen tie ke me mo ni mano adaga kira po ha me rock tie isho yo mo kiri go ko ente ko ni mano apo ha tie dum te penya ni ana anen general la di ameti Uganda kana me kaine ni rock no ni tie ron ko ni kana what did you teach me you are ka che what teach me like dege Uganda Airlines ka che ke dum commander don imo ngara chekere RDCs ke DPCs ametie ilongoni petiara rom jamorti malu jamorti pe kodi premier de lori ya pola. We'll take a very short break. When we return, I will take off again with you, Mr. President, to let us know if at all you have some partnership with the other political parties who are also in the same race to free Uganda, like opposition political parties have always said. This is Vice of Lango, and keep it here in case you're just tuning. We are hosting the president of the National Unity Platform, Bobiwine. Robert Center Machagulanyi. Keep it here. The oxygen is being consumed now. We will have to adhere like that.
Does it actually be?
Yeah, it's on.
Sure.
But I think
We
our
are
population
sucking
we are sucking it too much. 3 more talking points,
Sure.
and then we get some calls.
No problem.
Yes. And then we get some calls.
Abantu mukambayo akabiri akagud narisira banga kumbiriza no onyumye tufayo jame onyumye tebakulira bakompyuta bena kutanja kuyaniracha
You're getting back on air. Let's get back on air. Salary Radio Committee Medical Radio Bonham, a very good evening to you. Listening to Voice of Lango FM in the studio. We are joined by the National Unity Platform, Party President Robert Center Machagulanyi. And Mr. President, welcome back from the break. Earlier on I asked, does National Unity Platform has some program to partner with other opposition political parties?
Thank you. Absolutely, yes. We have been having conversations with anybody and any group that is pro-change. We are desperate for change, that even if somebody is not part of us as the National Unity Platform, we are willing to work with them. As a matter of fact, we were not a political party in the beginning. We started out as a political movement, the People Power Movement.
Wow.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let's keep going.
Somebody said this would happen.
sabotage.
Are we still live? Okay, yeah. I can be answering the question, or maybe we wait and get back.
Let's wait. Let's give some 5 minutes.
Sure.
If the problem is on our side, it will be fixed. But I doubt that.
No, but the message was beginning to get tougher. So.
Yeah.
Definitely, they cannot take the truth. Well, as you can see, friends out there that are following us on social media, we are in the studios of Voice of Lango FM in Lira, but the power has been switched off in the midst of our interview. I hope the power can get back on. Yeah, or maybe they can switch on the generator. But either way, oh yeah, they switched on the generator. That was a real standby generator.
Somebody from the door can help me leave this content. Sam, like that to all I met you. Like that to all of you. No one.
Again, holding the direction.
Badde njagala omukyala bw'anandaba yamanyi nti ntuyanira gwanga naye kati entuyo muzisanguddeko bajja kulowooza oluzungu lwa I hope the radio itself is still on.
It's off. We are still waiting for that signal to come back.
Shall the time be compensated?
Definitely.
Okay, brilliant. In that way, let me prepare my English.
Message to the people watching us. Pause. Stop so
Yeah.
on the generator.
Yeah, to all those that are watching us live online, we request that you bear with us. Power has been switched off, but the generator has been switched on. We are waiting for the signal to reconnect so we can proceed with our program. Please bear with us.
As we wait for power to be back, I will ask the Secretary General. Are there plans to translate the anthem?
So it's already translated.
Yeah, the version is there.
Oh yeah. If you allow at the end, we shall sample. If you allow at the end, we can sample you.
It's okay there.
Yeah.
We can prepare for that as well. From our side now we are on. We are waiting for the signal. I hope it's not what we are thinking.
I also hope it's not what you're
I'm also thinking.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Is what you're thinking is also what I'm thinking.
Correct.
Definitely.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Either way, even when they switch off the power, the message gets there even much more.
Definitely.
You know, they fear what they don't know and they hate what they fear.
Oh, you knew this would happen, right? Yeah.
It is automatic. We are not surprised.
The way
That's how they
was
operate.
calm, I just knew something.
So the calmness was suspect.
I think first of all they didn't expect us
Yeah.
initially.
Very
So
true.
So they had to panic and switch it off.
They thought
Lulu and
They expected this talk show to be on Zoom.
oh, they didn't think we would be alive.
No, they expected it to be on Zoom.
That's right.
Fought them.
So who is supposed to give us the signal? This is it.
Yeah, this is from us the signal, but I think yeah, it's coming. But the last call I made was telling me they are working on it. Sam, check the dog ala papi mo lakini. Ah, check do. Kongo do ba? Check do.
They're so predictable.
Okay, finally we are back. We will have to proceed from where we stopped.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
My first press, we are getting back on air. Radio Voice of Life. I'm going to make it community and then Tilini, why you can take to 12 if I have a team. And one of match. And to go my bear, they have one rule here. And getting 90 medical community. And the Tilini ticket to party president on my national platform. Robert, same time. Me and a bad fan with the Bobiwine and a long yacht. Dear listener, I really want to take this time to really apologize for that power cut we experienced, but finally we are back. I hope you continue listening to the messages that the National Radio Platform Party President asked for us this evening. And he's still here in the studio with us. We'll be carrying on. Mr. President, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Like I said, you are explaining to us your idea to partner with other political political parties in the fight for a new Uganda. You can tell me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate, and I'll also add my voice and yours to request our listeners to excuse us, but also to understand the circumstances under which we operate. Now, I was saying that we are willing and ready to work with everybody that wants change. And I mentioned that initially we were not even a political party, because we started out as a political movement that sought to unite all political players. We had hoped to go into the 2021 election as a united force of change. Unfortunately, some members in the opposition, like we said some time ago, are only concerned and focused on their positions, and they fight any composition that threatens those positions. This came to play when we saw the DP being compromised and others, to ensure that we don't work together. But still, the people of Uganda were united nevertheless, and they went ahead to deliver a resounding victory against Museveni, although it was rigged. This time around, we have spent these years in conversation with various people. General Mugisha and his team, conversation with our brother, Jimmy Akena and his team, and many others. The agenda is to get all the people that are tired of the Museveni dictatorship to work together. And we hope by the time of the 2026 election, we will have garnered a substantial, membership in that coalition of the willing to see that we push together for the change that we so badly need.
Thank you so much. We radio and coding on channel party management platform. In Mina Gitia, Boom to 12, and Mano, Kerogana, High Channel of Uganda, that can take it again, and 12, Keremi, men of the country, Pario Kene, Melanjal, and you and Cherry, and men of the Manocero, Allah High Channel, Metian, and Koni, also not a just Bushu, and talk. Members of Kena, Tigini, in Paria Park. Gina, Tigini, Karachi, Melody, American Park, they can get to go. Culture ke party uken ko na poli mano party bala mano democratic party tawni tiame dum gindo ti do ko bor ke me da me ko joni ko nino jame tikir ginu pe yore ko ri tawni gindo ko ga ke tinya kana ko ga ke mo gisa muntu mano ni mano ko party ke me dan tikir neno ko tambi tinya ti me mano laro do Uganda ke lo ti now, Mr. Party President, I will also ask you to make your comment. Today, we've had a High Court ruling that has seen us see the shortest time of a member of Parliament in the Parliament. Even you went to Parliament through by-election, but yours wasn't that short. As a party, what will you make for areas Ulimbazi, now corner?
Thank you very much. It's interesting. It is not only the shortest period that a member of parliament has been in parliament, but it has been a case of very many firsts. It is the first election where you see an armored vehicle member getting into the polling station during voting. The first time where you see a person elected to be a member of parliament, but they are delayed unreasonably to be gazetted. And even when they are gazetted, the first time to see a member of parliament being sworn in the speaker's office and not the chambers of parliament. So it has been so many cases that are unprecedented, but also it has been probably the shortest election petition. There are many other petitions that are not even yet decided, but this was decided in just a number of days. Why? Because the courts are not independent. Here comes a situation where the world has been watching the military, which is under the control of General Museveni, brutalize a candidate, brutalize people in uniform and in plain clothes, where it is known. But now, the victim was turned into a culprit. And yes, they went ahead, Judge Naamanya went ahead to, overturn the election of Honorable Narukola. We've seen that, and like it was said by Honorable Narukola himself, that it was not him on trial, but it was the court on trial, and the court has gone ahead to expose itself. We, as a National Unity Platform, of course, will challenge it in the appellate court. But we also know that since the judiciary is not independent, if the Court of Appeal does the same thing, we are more than happy to go back to the people of Kawempe and they will once again deliver an even more resounding victory against Museveni, like they have historically done. For the last more than 25 years, the NRM has never won that seat. The people have always put their feet down. This was the beginning of a protest vote. And the shameless Museveni and his regime just won't take no for an answer from the people of Kawempe. We know where the people stand. The people know where they stand. And they will, any time of the day, any time of the week, and twice on Sunday, deliver that humiliating defeat against General Museveni.
Electoral Commission Act dictates that if it's 6 months to general election, by-elections are always not held. This way to the people of Kawempe North, will it be from the party as National Unity Platform or?
Well, we are appealing against that judgment. And when we appeal against it, then the Honorable Narukola will continue his work until the appellate court pronounces itself. Should it also do it haphazardly and in haste like it was done, then we are happy to go back to the people of Kawempe, like I've mentioned. Of course, we know we live in a country where laws are nothing more than the paper on which they are written, but still we'll swim with the tide and we will persevere through.
Thank you. Right, so radio, party president ya penya kere hama ho maneno ngola mobility ngol ko padu ngol ko monome ko ki hadu ngai ko ngol maname parme maname kawe tumalu manu areas bazi na ko pedong bidu me de me parme penya di mando ho bena me parme dunga na ho ba chu lo ni lo Uganda do puru bilo bela titi da la na hen party president bi wor by election and ho li ente ko ni manu pe ka chaki achiel que ko gina motive situation scenario motive vera chaka iko miero na kola ma chielo vera chaki me para me bena no kala ma chielo mario vera chaki me yera me para me dum marka mon beda duonga do la ma me no kero no vera chaki me para me tu para me ka to ere offices beda chaki manu me jotero Come here, I got a model. You make a kitty doing a lot of Mukio, which you can say. I need your one job, and your quarter job, your quarter tune, your portable, your portable out and do the plan. The kind of a year make our emperor model. And to come in, Charlotte and Walpop, you because you're not a man, you know, Tiamo ring of the Hoko in Mukio, no, you queer making to Yanka chicken, Mora, and no cutting. Lana Pay and me, Cado, you be in the chick, maybe lawyer going to do a bit. So, Pedro Yang, I took a no balanga. Of course, you know, Tiame Chawani, work when you keep a quiet. How can you Udan now call a potier by the teacher, Parliament, Mano make a wempe. As we get to conclude, of course, you need to listen to some calls.
Absolutely.
2 and 3 like that.
Yeah, maybe before we go to the calls, with your indulgence, I take long to come to Lira, and it used to be my city, my town, especially the days when I was performing. If I feel the need, in some salutations who hired me to come to Lira, and that was a guy called Onapa Jimmy, also known as DJ Cola, sending my greetings. And in studio we are with our brothers, fellow leaders, Comrade Adonio Michael, Comrade Moses Mawa, Comrade Sarah Awol Angwedi, and Isaac Ojok. They are amazing, and I want to salute them since time is fast running out. Also with me, my fellow able and eloquent leaders, the Right Honorable Joel Senyonyi, leader of opposition in the Parliament of Uganda, and our Secretary General David Leus Mbongoya. I would really request that the people of Lango hear their voices, even if for a minute, and then I will very happily come back. And
all right. Oh, before I let you go, maybe you tell us something about the protest votes.
Absolutely. Please. How about I give that opportunity to the Secretary General to share? Thank you very much.
All right, we're welcoming your team on air.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the opportunity. So we've been talking about the protest vote because we all know the problems that we have in this region and indeed in northern Uganda and the rest of the country. As our president said, if you see the money that we lose in corruption, that money is enough to fix the roads. It is enough to ensure that we have proper health facilities. NUP believes that women should not be dying while giving birth, but should also not pay to give birth in hospitals. But as you know, when you go to any hospital, in even here in Lira or even in the region and by far in Uganda, you get there and then they will start asking you for money, even for gloves. They tell you to go and get Panadol. They tell you to go and buy even the most basic things from pharmacies outside there. And of course, there's a lot of corruption, people asking for money, in part because the medical workers are not paid well. You heard recently, just a few weeks back, that members of parliament were each given 100 million shillings to pass that UPDF Amendment Act, which has made all of us vulnerable to that military court, because now they will come to your home if you have a problem with anyone and plant a gun in your house, plant gumboots in your house for the military or anything, and claim that you've violated that UPDF Act and take it to the court martial. And if you go to all these prisons, you'll find many people. In fact, when you go to Chitaria, you find very many people from northern Uganda. People have been picked from Lango, from Karamoja and other places, and they're not being tried. They have been there for 9 years, subjected to no trial, and they're just there in prison. So that is why we are protesting. So because of those problems, that is why we're calling it a protest vote. So when you come out to vote, Please know that you're protesting against injustice, protesting against poverty, protesting against land grabbing, protesting against corruption, protesting against dictatorship, protesting against all these evils that we're talking about. And what do we mean by protest vote? One, the people to turn out massively, very big numbers. Number two, want them to protect the vote, 100%, that nobody is stealing the vote. Number three is to ensure that once you protect the vote, that it is actually announced, that the real results are announced. And you follow that through to ensure that the victory of the people of Uganda is not usurped by a small clique of people who are oppressing our people right now.
Thank you, Comrade SJ. And
Yeah,
maybe very
welcome.
quickly,
Maybe I
the
take
right
before we welcome
Oh, sure,
Honorable
sure.
Chair. Now, I will radio, Secretary General, Tiame Okoboli Manano, Anapenye, Ikomomi, Ugintu Lumogini, Bebe Amoto Bay, any Dimano protest. When you're GMO, Bolokui, the minority GM, when you take money. Uganda chawa ni peki tendo mtutual yori ya kajo wori wele ya wele na hand gloves wori loki wori wele jog da hata lokere da hata do pension ne boto tuo mema vi chuketi ya ba piento utich me yot kom da pe o chura ba me o pe hotia do mtutual yot kom goni pe ku kenda mtie kai cha me karo kene utia me odido jowa eka oto gini ya bili ya nyuturi aja nungu ginda hokelo gambuki nyokelo gini duhu gini yori chacho te weki yori ya oto me kukoni kelo wori Amerikana jeye amen yung ngecheno ko dimagi busho mi hotel de buj no kunu pala dan mo pe ko ni kayi wori buj inu tino metu ma me Uganda ya post that metu ponge i wuri me jera wala papa meti ya don yo Uganda ko brangi mano ni o gimtu ko ni ka jo bol dom kuira kema ke o mi to kemoni i kom peki ke jama resha me ti yeri be ni mano jama no bisu peti aba de nyu chwe ni ke bol kuiri juta kemo wewe ye pande gini menu ekara ka bol kuiri ni wo hono kuiri wo ma hanga kwa anga kwa de loko yore kana me jotia me atero ye wono kitame ko ka chekere we'll be welcoming the leader of opposition, the right honorable Jack. You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother, and thank you for hosting us. We do appreciate the people from different parts of northern Uganda who are listening in to the discussion that we are having. I figure it's way beyond. Okay, we're changing tactic here a bit. I realize that Voice of Lango seems to be listened to far and wide and not just in Lango. I just saw a message on social media, somebody called Anguzu, who says he's tuned in live from Koboko, listening in. We do appreciate you. Look, the people of northern Uganda have borne the brand of the Museveni regime for the last 40 years. If there is any region that has suffered under this leadership, it is northern Uganda. It has suffered a great deal from the wars that were unstoppable for a very long time, disease, poverty, poor healthcare, poor infrastructure, and so on. Every region has a bit of that. But when you come to northern Uganda, it's a different story altogether. It is a sad reality. And so if there's anyone that should be fighting for change, a lot more, it is the people of northern Uganda. And you see, many times, I said this somewhere today, that many times they'll throw peanuts at people of northern Uganda. Some seven will say, I've given this ministry to somebody from the north, this ministry to somebody from the north. And he wants the people of northern Uganda to be excited because he has appointed a minister from that region. But you see, that does not change the situation in northern Uganda. That one minister does not ameliorate or better the lives of the rest of the people in northern Uganda. So stop being excited because your relative or somebody you know from your region has been appointed a minister, yet your roads are in poor shape, your hospitals have no medicine, the schools where you take your children are in poor shape, the young people, majority of them do not have jobs. Stop cheering and saying, at least we have a minister, we have somebody in this commission and that kind of thing. You deserve better as the people of northern Uganda. Recently, Parliament came up with what they thought was a grand idea, and I thought it was a ridiculous idea, to say, let's take Parliament to the different regions of the country. And they began with northern Uganda because they know the dire state of northern Uganda. And they were saying, once Parliament goes to these regions, those regions are going to get better. I opposed that idea together with my colleagues, and I said, this is wrong. You're spending billions of shillings to rally members of parliament, staff, ferry them to northern Uganda, where it began from in Gulu. and you are saying it's going to better their lives. I said, no, we have a parliament where we sit. Instead of spending more money, let us sit in our parliament and discuss the issues of Northern Uganda. MPs from the north are present. Let them talk to us about those issues of concern. And I told the government, if you are really serious, because I saw many people in government saying, Senyonyi, you don't like Northern Uganda. And I said, you government people, if you really like Northern Uganda, instead of just taking a sitting there, fix the issues of concern there. The regional sitting came, it ended, and Northern Uganda remained in the state it has always been. Let's push for better. Thank you.
Welcome, we radio. Atela we parliament, PMK government, yard mokochik, mano me parliament. Jel Senyonyi, ko ni mano gini tu malabe Uganda, me ko yu, me ko ni bolu ko ira piento. Ko ni kanu ti regional lo Uganda kana ti pe ho chana dot bertu malabe Uganda. Ko ni peki gretie yo ko yo ni kere no kere. Ento metu malabe Uganda papa te tie chiambia dot kan urien tukule kere yo ti topa me petia ba. Ko ni kame do jo yera yo chunyora me adong lo kera no metu malabe Uganda me konyer pe ma chelo ko ni mo be chimo dan ma chelo be minister. Wa hanyo chima tiru mo be minister chelo nyorio. Dia pe wa chan ke pe han yo nyamu itu malabe Uganda kan. Eno ko ni lo pete mo chalo yo chunyer ke ya ai ka te kera la hala. Ko dan ni jo me tu malabe Uganda. Bi no ko nya be yo ko ponye ke school ke yo de. Ame noti ya ready. Come let's talk on mokochi ukelo le logi mo ko ne be regional parliament. Je ko na chaki tu malabe Uganda. Ngemi ni chana duong go ngorte ka. Ena piero ko ne temo kwero. Ere jo te ko ne dago tu malabe Uganda piere. Piendo MP ai kan. Ento ene me ko ni chana metikan duong ngorte mo parliament ai jo me de ko yo bu pe ni chana metikan. Ame pero pe again ya ai ka te ko ni obino dong manukelo pero kan pero da yimo kelo be ala hamar be. We'll be taking the phone calls on our number 076.
May I request, before we take the phone calls...
Since you said you're going to add us some more time.
Yeah, my apologies. You see, today I would have spoken straight Luo, but I wanted those people in Kampala to understand me. That's why I spoke English. However, I wanted to request my sister, Sarah Awol, to speak my Luo on my behalf.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my sister, welcome please.
We radio adon party president ko ni ene lo le la ki la ko mi chia chake na ki. Ento mi di jo ka bala kan ke ne win ko ba ko mi ko le mo. Ento ende jo la minere sa wa mo lo studio kan ko jo ko ba mi le pachu.
Aboya Tech, the Bishamete studio. Kere wa Bishamete in your voice of now. The president requested me to speak in my language, which I hope it will be translated to him. My name is Sarah Awo. I represent the workers at City Council. I am a leader in the City Council. So I'm here to welcome the president and the team from National Unity Platform as a leader in Lango sub-region. Then too, as a mother, I also want to welcome him to Lira. You say you always come here once in a while, but it's because you didn't have a mother in Lango.
Yeah.
But now you have a mother, and now you can come anytime. Don't be scared of all the intimidations. We are there with you in the struggle. Now, Maggie Kimere, come to local Paul. I'm to ni aqua toro to chameti Lango. Paul Lakara, Jokoni, National Unity Platform, Oberokama Bulu. Epikiane, one toro, it is actually hard. And it's sad for us to lose our children in all these circumstances that the NRM is putting us in. So it is better for the mothers now to join hands and we move together with National Unity Platform because they speak the same language that we are speaking now. I want to make it clear categorically that in Lango, it's only me who always fight for corruption. And all the corrupt will fight back at me by putting a lot of issues, a lot of fake cases, and have been arrested severally by my party that I serve the NRM. But I think it is time for us to move out and speak to the public. Whatever it takes, we are there for you. And we are there for our people. So, Luakme Lao, Anatel Lokachala Tin Lao, Daneno Chan, Pilao. And this is the time, Chawa me wan miru ya, Utelo Karachel, Kerijoa Metelo Kolebwa. Eta party gwako jo ametia gwako kadegi. Amegindo towni, they have surrounded what to eat, and they want us to help them protect their food. That will not happen. We shall say no to those ones who are really eating the future of our children. Yes. And they are pretending they're securing the future. If you're really securing the future of our children, why don't you allow them also to be part of the future? So that is nonsense. We shall not accept, and this must stop.
Thank you.
So the president, I want to thank you. Come again to Lao. I am also contesting to be the member of parliament for Lira City with the two confused ministers of Museveni. Thank you.
Let's go, Sarah. Let's go.
Not about deck. You can reach out in our phone numbers. Let us know where you're calling from. Be precise, brief, and accurate, and straight to your questions, because it will save some of the time for the team to get back to your concern. All right, I will bring the chiba to Tuolo. I want to cut to I the pen. Vice of Lam. Avoid swallow cooking. You looking at? Why shall Robert Kula match? Okay, boy. Why to 12? You have paid with your can and be paying you pay Chan made it. Why so long? Walter from Akokoro, thank you for calling.
Now, I want to
yes.
What are they brought to people here? Because I tell you, the government has done that to those people. What are the package they have brought? You said, thank you, you are all good people. What have they brought for us?
Okay. Thank you so much. Wait a minute, hello. Go now. Yes, man, Calvin TV, I'm a voice of Lam. Yeah.
Program of party president one as for my more
Dickens in go Chimney.
Atia Koporo. Little man anymore. We know that I want to now Karakan. You should have been a man one. Can I don't be cooking? I'm going to
okay.
Little man is being a channel program of the
Now, boys, 12 people paying. Vice of Lam, hello. Look up here. Didi Mamata. What are you?
Now,
Vice of Lam. Hello. Yes, look up here. Look up here. Morris, I got you quick. Okay, penny. What are you paying him on? Good evening, how are you?
I'm okay.
I don't know where you're calling from.
I'm really down.
Okay, straight to your questions.
Mr. Bobiwine, His Excellency, and then George Young. Welcome to Lira City. I only have one word for them. It's good they have come, but I'm helping them or I'm questioning them about the people they use They might some of them or most of them. There are some people that the songs they're playing in here city here down. Especially the other gender inside the studio. Today you better you do Suji, tomorrow she run into NRM. Today I'm here, she will be so.
The day is for the party. Can you ask your question straight and accurate?
Sorry?
I'm saying the day is for the party as Snoop and they're here to attend to you. Can you be precise and straight to your question?
About what? No, I'm telling them.
Yes.
And they promote the party because now it's about the agenda is about the number.
Okay.
So sometimes the people they're using my strength the party or my not strength the party.
Thank you so much for the encouragement. One last question. Voice of Lango.
Hello?
Yes, Ukopia.
Yes, we are talking to Young Peter.
Caesar, where are you calling from? Peter.
Peter.
Yes, Peter, where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm coming from Alapton.
Left district.
Yes, I'm encouraging the president of the youth to go ahead.
Okay.
But she should also learn to incorporate India to pick out this money on the power. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was just encouragement. Fine, last call. Hello?
Yes, you are speaking. I'm calling from Ria City.
Yes.
You are speaking to Odong Abed.
Odong Abed.
Yes, I want to ask the president of National Unity Platform.
Yes.
I want to ask him two questions.
Go ahead.
Number one.
Yes.
If Uganda, we know in Uganda, if Kapaka was born in the central, we have never seen or even a prime minister Lango or the Kapaka visiting Lango. Now, we want the vote in the Lango sub-region.
Mr. Odong. Mr. Odong.
That is number one. You can wait. Number two, we want to ask National Unity Platform one question also. What is the next thing to be the president of this country? Where would we put the Kapaka?
Mr. Dong, I will not allow the president to answer your question because it's about tribes. We are talking about political party.
No, actually, I don't mind answering it. Okay. I am happy to answer every question.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right, so when you will check, how do you change a gam, when you do it, look at your time, we'll be taking a very short break when you return. The party president gets the return of the observation and the answers to your questions and the encouragement you have shared with him. Due to time factor, we can't take any more calls.
Wow. But you notice that we need more time to speak like this. Spread propaganda when you become president. He's using that as reverse psychology. They're saying you must retain your life. It's already not eat and allow. Yeah. So when people as it becomes when they go to back, they are to take now that
Okay, we're getting back. There's this question we are contemplating about. Somebody asked about homosexuality.
I will answer every question. Fear any question.
Okay.
What? Me not fear no question, man.
Thank you, man. All right. The only question I believe they are translated for you, all of them.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And if you see I've not had any, feel free to ask.
Voice of Lango FM, America video audio, Tiana, Many kind of material. Party President, men national unity platform, you know, dark ya penye, me penyo, yore kiriyo. Mr. Party President, I welcome you to give the answers to the questions raised and the words of encouragement shared with you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Now you will notice that I was deliberate to give a history because I am aware that so much propaganda has been pushed around. The regime cannot come and say we are lying about what we're saying, but they use propaganda and their lies. And it has not just started when Chagulanyi came. No, this started way back in their mean times. Museveni has survived on propaganda. I've told you the story of how Chief Justice Ben Chiwanuka was killed and the car that killed him, and how Museveni wrote about that car in his book, Sowing the Mustard Seed. So he's accused of having been the one that kidnapped the Chief Justice Ben Chiwanuka. But not only that, the same person has made sure that he divides the people of Uganda. I've also mentioned that Museveni and his team, and these were words coming out of the mouth of Kainda Otafire when they're burying Adonia Tiberondo, and he said they used to put on UPC t-shirts and kill people in Uganda so that the people of Uganda can hate UPC. That has been his game. When they took power, they took the soldiers of Kaira after killing Kaira and deployed them in northern Uganda to wreak havoc in order to create that hate. Now we are victims, our generation, we are victims of that hate. They set us up against each other to make sure they divide us so they can conquer us. Those are the same lies that keep being pushed to see that a married man like me, is married to a wife called Faith, and their children. So is and all our people. See that the regime is trying as much as possible to push the homosexual narrative, like they push the tribal narrative just because I'm in Uganda, and they push a narrative of us working with whites to undermine Africans' independence, etc., etc. All that is propaganda. So I don't know about those matters of homosexuality. Those are matters of Museveni and Andrew Mwenda, because he has been Andrew Mwenda, who is the spokesperson of Muhoozi, has been the proponent of homosexuality. Why don't they go and ask Andrew Mwenda? Let them go and ask Muhoozi, because Muhoozi recently said he wants to remove that law. So please don't ask me about matters of homosexuality. Go and ask Museveni and Andrew Mwenda and Muhoozi. In any case, Donald Trump just stopped the money that was sent to Uganda constantly to promote homosexuality. Let the government of Uganda, let Museveni's government tell us how they were spending those billions meant for promoting homosexuality. Don't ask me those questions. Ask Museveni, because he's the one that has been given that money to promote homosexuality, the same money that gives to those pastors and all those people to attack us instead. Okay? So ask them those questions. Don't ask us. You asked me about, some brother asked what we intend to do for the people of Lango. And he was right, because many times we first point at the problem, because the problems are all everywhere. The poverty in Lango, the land grabbing in Lango, the exclusion, the tribalism, etc., etc. Now he's asking, what do we intend to do? What do we intend to do? And he's right. Number one, but not limited only that, we want to deal, at our heart is healthcare, because this has affected everybody. Our Secretary General has eloquently put it, that at the bare minimum, no woman should die giving birth. No woman should have to pay to give life. Hospitals, schools should be funded well. So we want to improve our healthcare system, our hospitals. We want to improve our education system. We want to improve our infrastructure. How come there's no train that is coming from Lango to other parts of Uganda? So we want to fix our road network. We want to fix our infrastructure. We want to ensure that electricity reaches all places of Lango, because that can be done. We want to build on the efforts and the plan of those our forefathers, because in Museveni's regime, after 40 years in power, we are still relying on the infrastructure that was laid by the likes of Dr. Bote, the likes of General Idi Amin, etc., etc. So we want to fix that. We want to pay back the people. Many people are war claimants here. Their property was stolen during the war. Their cows were taken. They have claimed and they died, and their children came and inherited the claim. They are not, compensated. They should be compensated. And this is a claim all over the country, in Luwero, in Iteso, in Acholi, and even here in Lango. We want to fix that. We want to end the issue of land grabbing. Somebody, and unfortunately, the things that this regime does, it tries to put the blame on other people. I was 4 years when Museveni came to power, but now he's blaming me for the failure of 40 years of his rule, to the extent that they are pushing a narrative that because I'm a Muganda and those Baganda talk about land so much that their land ends in Sudan. That is propaganda. That is nonsense. I know the Baganda have Buganda land. They actually have land. The people of Lango have Lango, and all Ugandans have their land, and it has to be protected. This regime is culpable of mass land grabbing. Museveni deployed his brother in northern Uganda. Look at, I'm told that Salim Saleh has now 25 square kilometers in a square miles, not square kilometers. Square miles in Lakang. Where did Salim Saleh buy that land? In Bunyoro, they have land in miles. In Uganda, they have land in miles. They've grabbed that land. For us in Uganda, they have even removed the graves of our forefathers because they want our land. In a patch, everywhere, they've grabbed that land. We want to end that issue of land grabbing. Right now, northern Uganda is grappling with the issue of Balalo. They bring their own people, they settle them on their land, and then they say Bobiwine wants to steal his land. Are they okay? Certainly, they are not okay. So that is all propaganda. We speak publicly because we want to ride on the power of the people, empower them to protect their land, but most importantly, to give them back their land. Now, we come to also the other propaganda of Kabaka. Yes, I'm a Muganda, and I'm proud of that. Just like a Munyoro, just like a Munyankoli, just like a Langi, just like Anacholi. We are all graciously created in the image of God, and our identities are supposed to be our source of pride. For me, I'm very lucky that during studying, my best friends were never my tribesmen. Either they were Nubians or Acholi or Banyankole or Iteso, etc., etc. Our generation is a united generation. Each one of us comes from where they're coming from. And every community, especially here in Africa, has a traditional leader. In northern Uganda, we have the Rot. In Bunyoro, they have Omukama. In Toro, they have their king. In Busoga, they have Chabazinga. In Buganda, they have Kabaka. These are all traditional leaders. They are cultural leaders, and they are very specified in the constitution. Their role is specified. So there is no way one person, whether they are in power or they are not, that they can put their traditional ruler ahead of the other ethnicities. Okay? These are leaders limited to their communities for certain purposes of their communities. So there's no, it's propaganda that where I come from, it's as if they're trying to say that I will impose my culture and the language and even way of life of other communities. Then where is the beauty of divergence? Yeah. I mean, thank you very much, Lord, for reminding me. this is reverse psychology, because these are the same people that are forcing their cultures and their languages on other people by force. As we speak now, you all saw Museveni's son Muhoozi when he abducted my comrade and brother Eddie Mutwe, took him to his basement, stripped him naked, and started torturing him. And his crime is because he does not know Lunyankole. He wants to teach him Lunyankole. Nobody is going to be teaching no other their language by force. You are proud and should be proud of your language, and nobody should force you to learn their language. So the things that they are choosing us of, they're the ones that are doing. We are a new Uganda, where a person from Lango will be proudly Lango, and actually will be proudly actually. Muganda will be proudly Muganda. Munyankole anite, so that is the new Uganda that we believe in. Don't listen to the propaganda. Take charge, you as the citizen of Uganda. And finally, somebody was also asking me why my traditional leader does not visit northern Uganda. Well, I am not the Kabaka, and I don't think it should be an issue for me to answer, because I'm a national leader. Yes, I'm in Uganda, and I'm a Catholic. But when I walk out of my house, my Catholicism stays in my house. My tribe stays in my house, and I become a Ugandan, and I move like a Ugandan everywhere.
Thank you so much. Before I let you go, there's this question about the plan that Loop has for the youth.
Yes.
You will sum it up with that. The plans that Loop has for the youth when you take over power.
When we take over power, oh, we have great, great plans for the young people. Uganda is going to belong to young people, because we have young people that have first world brains, but they are stuck in a third world country. And the only thing that makes Uganda a third world country, because we have third world leaders. We have leaders whose future is already behind them. Look at a person like Museveni. What will an 85-year-old person think for the next generation? So we want these all ideas we're having for the young people of Uganda. First of all, keep them healthy. Fix the healthcare system and keep them healthy, because our young people are dying at a very young age, dying out of avoidable causes. Then re-educate them, fix education, skill-based. We have mentioned that our education is going to be split in 4 ways. That is arts, that is academics, that is agriculture, and that is athletics, so that we boost up the young people. The industrialization, the channeling of our resources to basically face a youthful generation. And this is not to mean that I'm underscoring or undermining elders. Of course, we have elders, especially here in northern Uganda, elders that are our moral compass, elders who we rely on for guidance. But we, the young people, will be the engine of the country. And I'm calling myself a young person in my 40s, very unfortunately. But this is because 30 is the new 18 in this our country. So we want to maintain a youthful mind, focus on young people, make sure they are not unemployed, make sure they are guided, and make sure they are protected and inspired.
Thank you so much. It was really, really indeed nice having a National Unity Platform come through in the studio. I will give Lop 30 seconds to say a word or two as we conclude, and then Davis as well, the Secretary General.
Thank you. Thank you to the people of Northern Uganda for welcoming our president. Thank you for welcoming our president and for receiving us as the National Unity Platform. We had a great meeting in Bulu today. We are happy now in Lira. Tomorrow we head to Eastern Uganda. We're going to be in Soroti to connect with our leaders there and so on. It's difficult, it's tough. Sometimes we take a while to get to you, because each time we try, police and the military, they are tear gassing us, stopping our meetings and so on. But we'll do everything possible to come to you. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you so much. The Secretary General.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a great honor being in the studios of Voice of Lango. Of course, they tried to sabotage We are still on a generator, but we are glad that we can speak to you. For me, the final message I want to give to the people of Lango and the people of northern Uganda is that you should stop being compromised during elections. The government does not like you, the regime does not like you, but every time you go for elections, they come with their very big vehicles, park all the money they have stolen, and come and start distributing the money because they have made you very poor, they have impoverished you. They start giving you 2,000 shillings to give them your vote for the next 5 years. And after you give them that vote, they again disappear from you. So that's why you people need to understand the power of your vote. You need to understand that you are the bosses, that these people just want to use you to get a vote and then abandon you. The poverty levels in Lango, the poverty levels in Acholi, the poverty levels in West Nile and Karamoja are sickening. I mean, I was just looking at the UBOS report, and majority of the people in northern Uganda still live in huts. Majority of the people in northern Uganda do not have electricity. You do not have access to clean water. These are things that you should be able to get if you vote for the right government. So, trust the National Unity Platform, trust President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, and I can assure you people of northern Uganda, you will never regret.
Thank you so much to your listener. It has been nice having you on board listening in to the messages from the National Unity Platform. That brings us to the end. We look forward to hosting you more at Voice of Lango.
Thank you very much for having us. Afoyo Matek, Afoyo Tutwar. People power, our power. Our power, people power. Thank you very much, Lango. Thank you very much, Northern Uganda.
Make the anthem beautiful.
Yes, communicate. We're going to have
Please pardon us for feeling